And welcome back to my channel Firewall again. In this video I'm going to show you how you can configure the things for site-to-site VPNs. So here we're going to define the VPN domains, we're going to define VPN communities, we're going to define VPN rules, and I am going to show you where you can do this with the latest R81.10 Gaia version. So let's start. Basically, you first need to go ahead and log into your smart console, and from the smart console, number one thing, you need to go to the gateway where you need to define your from where you need to go for the VPN. So I am going to configure a VPN for this HG1 gateway. So you have to come here first and you have to see the basic general properties. As you can see, its gateways are 10.30, but however the management server is R81.10. Or the R81.10 gateway also you have to follow the same steps. There's no step difference, so keep that in mind. So number one thing, here you have to come and then you need to check the network management. Here you will see your interfaces configured, and if you see beneath that, there is a VPN domains. In earlier versions we used to see this VPN domain option here only, but now there is a separate option for that. And the VPN domains, what we are going to talk about is nothing but the interesting traffic or the subnets which you need to pass between your gateways. So I can see the option look like a blur. There's a reason behind it, guys. If you see something like this, you have to be alerted and you have to go to the gateway properties, and if you see here there is IPsec VPN blade is disabled, you have to enable that. I have purposefully made that disabled to show you what changes you will going to see. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just click OK and I will say install the policy first, so that gateway won't be able to show you those grade option. So till the policy get installed, you have to be with me. So I will show you the next steps here. So nowadays Ganesh Utsav is going on in India, so you might be hearing some background noise regarding the songs playing for celebration for the Ganesh Utsav. Generally most of the songs are Hindi movie song because we are in India, and there is a Ganesh Aarti which will be happen during the time when they feel we need to have the Aarti for the Ganesh god. So you can hear that voice behind me. So now let's see. Install the standard package. Let me go ahead and install the policy. So policy is getting installed. So again be with me for a couple of more seconds till the policy get installed, and then we'll proceed for the our steps here. So give it some 2-3 time minute. I'm not 2-3 minutes, it's too much, a minute time, and you can see here the policy installation is just started. So now it's 50% got installed. If you check in details, it will give you exact installation progress. So where we are going, we are installing the policy, what policy is getting installed, what is the dates and everything. So more, I believe 10-20 seconds to complete this. It's almost there. Okay, the policies got installed successfully. So let me close this, and I have to go back to the gateway now. And from this gateway, if you see, there is a network management, and inside the network management there is a VPN domains. And now you will see this option is no grayed out anymore. It's saying all IP address behind the gateway based on topology information, what domain you want. If you want to define, you can define. So usually we define. So I want, say, 192.168 1.0 network to be advertised, or not specifically advertised, specifically as an interesting traffic. So this will be my interesting traffic, which will cross across the VPN domains. So I just have selected that interesting traffic, and now I just have to say click OK, and I'll just show you one more time what we have done. So if you go to the H1 gateway again, on the network management and site that VPN domain, you will see mynet 192.168.1.0 is defined. And if you see set specific VPN domain for a gateway community, this is for the remote access VPN, so we are not going to talk about this. Okay, now the second most important thing which you need to see here, if you see there is IPsec VPN and the link selection. Here you want to select the IP address which you want to act like your main IP address, from where the gateway will be the initialize. Consider this in this way. So you have a peer gateway and your gateway, and your gateway will be having some IP address like that. The peer gateway will having some IP address. So this main address is nothing but the IP address of your gateway. So mostly this IP address are the public IP address, and we usually define those IP addresses to our interfaces. So you can see here it's saying locally managed VPN peer determine this gateway IP address using the following method. Always use this IP address as a main address, selected IP address from the topology table. So depending on your configuration, you have to select what IP address you want to shows to the peer. So this must be the public IP address. Most of the time we have to communicate over the public network for the VPNs. So this is public IP address. For the lab, we don't have the public IP address. We will try to use the private IP address. But if you see the main IP address, depending on your configuration topology, anyhow you have to select the public IP address. So if you selecting the main IP address, your main IP address is nothing but the interface IP address, which is public, and that need to be go outside. More specifically, try to select this option so you can be sure which IP address is going outside. Okay, so this is the important thing you need to set here. For this site-to-site VPN, I think this is the enough step. I'm clicking OK. Now what you need to do, you need to go ahead now and create your community for the VPN. So basically we are setting the topologies for VPN, how the VPN we need to have. If you come to here objects, and if you see there are VPN communities, and from here you can see my intranet remote access VPN. Don't select this, because if you create something out of this, it's by default giving you the mesh community. So if your requirement is more of a star topology, so it will not give that option. So go to the new, and from here go to the community, and here if you want to do the star topology, you can select like that. And now you have to give the community name, so I'm giving say site to site. Now here it's asking me what is your central gateway. So this is the only gateway what we need to make as a central gateway. This is the main gateway, and below that it asking me what is your satellite gateway. What that means, the gateway which is peer gateway for this communication. So if I say okay, I see I don't have any gateway configured here, so there is an option. You can come here, and from here you can configure the side to side I mean the peer gateway. Basically this gateway is more like if you have say the some other vendors VPN gateways, you have to come here and select this interoperable devices. Otherwise, depending on your application, you can select the gateway what we have, right? So for me it's an interoperable gateway, and it's a Cisco, so I have to give say Cisco VPN for the sake of understanding. Give it IP address, say for now I'm giving roughly 192, or I can give 172.16.1.100 101. Now the topology part. Here again you need to define what topology, what interesting traffic we are receiving from the Cisco VPN gateway, I mean the peer gateway. So like the way we have defined for the checkpoint, we have to define for the other side as well, the our side and the other side. So I'm just, for the sake of understanding, I'm just taking this, or you can create whatever you want. So for now just create one. So say Cisco network. I'm just giving an example which is for the peer gateway. Give it 172.16, or give it like 10.1.1.0. This will be the network we are getting from our peer gateway, and rest of the things is okay. Now I'm just clicking OK. Okay, I just want to show you this. So it's there is nothing defined, so I will define the peer gateway, and after that I'll just I'm defining the peer VPN domain, and I'm just creating the OK after this. So once that is done, you can add that gateway here. Okay, 2 gateways are added. I don't want 2, I just want 1. And if I open this gateway, can I open this gateway? Can I edit this? Okay, so basically you have to open it via right clicking to it, and if you come to the topology, you will see the subnet or the encryption domain for the other side. And here if you want to define, but basically here you have to give the main address, always is this address. So this is the IP address what we will be receiving from the peer gateway as our peer. So this is that IP address. So for now click that, all good. Okay, so now the number 1 step is deliver. Next step we'll be seeing encrypted traffic. Gateway is done. Encrypted traffic, here accept all encrypted traffic on both the central and satellite gateway. The rule applies to all internal managed community members. Log define the cobra about these and all. So if you like to accept the encrypted traffic on the gateways, so you can select this and define whatever the gateway you want to have this feature to be enabled. So here, depending on your application, the setup, you have to select this option. If you have this requirement that accept all encrypted traffic on both the central and satellite gateway, you can select that. or if you want only on the satellite gateway, you can select that. In my case, I will select both. Next, encryption. So encryption method, what encryption method you want to apply, you can define that. I key version 1 or I key version 2. What should be the preferred one? So for now I'm just selecting I key version 2. Remember, you have to have the same setting to your VPN gateway, which is your peer gateway. Say this in case we have Cisco appliance, so on a Cisco appliance also you need to have the same settings. And here if you see IK Security Association phase 1 and phase 2 settings, so give the encryption algorithms depending on your requirement, what you have agreed upon with the peer gateway. Data integrity is more of your protecting your data, it should not get modified, and basically we usually have the latest and greatest algorithm here, so I would suggest SHA-256. Diffie element group for the key exchange, depending on the requirement what we have agreed upon, you have to select this. And for the phase 2 also, depending on the settings what we have agreed upon, you have to do the settings. If you want to have some additional security, so you can use the perfect forward secrecy. Basically the session keys generation happens if you select this option, and that session key generation is frequent. Due to that you will get more security. So if you want, you can select that depending on your requirement. And override encryption for externally managed gateway, if you have something like this sort of scenarios, you can give these settings. This is the next this is up to you if you want more setting to be defined. For me, I'm okay without this, so I am not going to deliver that. So let me cancel it for the moment and I'll come back to the settings. And now let me just say the tunnel management. So basically if you have a checkpoint VPN gateways at both the side, if you want to have the connection with both the gateways permanent, you can set these permanent tunnel options. And here you will see on all tunnel in a community, all tunnel in a specific gateways, all tunnel in the specific community, all on specific tunnel in a community, you can set according to that. Basically this option is more of the monitoring part. So you will set up the permanent tunnel between the two checkpoint appliances, and you can monitor the VPN with the help of the VPN protocols which checkpoint have with their proprietary things and from some other vendors also. So this is the more useful when you have the permanent tunnel with the checkpoint appliances. In our case we have a Cisco appliance as a peer gateway, so I am not selecting this. VPN tunnel sharing, one VPN tunnel per each pair of the host, one VPN tunnel per subnet pair, one VPN tunnel per gateway pair. So how many VPN tunnels you need to have for your setup? One VPN tunnel per each pair of the hosts. So whatever the hosts you have behind your gateways, say you have 100 hosts, so what will happen if you select this option? One VPN tunnel per each pair of hosts. So one and one pair from your side and the remote side, both will be having one VPN tunnels if you select this, and it will increase the load for sure. One VPN tunnel per subnet pair. So whatever the interesting traffic you're going to define between your both the gateways, your gateway and the peer gateway, that subnet, say you have a 10 subnet, so the 10 different VPN tunnel, one VPN tunnel per subnet pair. So for say you have a 10 subnets, define it behind your gateway at both the sides. So for per subnet there will be a one VPN tunnel, and then there's an option one VPN tunnel per gateway pair. So this option is like whatever the gateway you're going to be set up, whatever the traffic behind it, for that you will be having only one tunnel. Checkpoint suggests go for this option, one VPN tunnel per subnet pair. All right. VPN routing. So this is what the VPN routing will be look like. Enable a VPN routing for the satellite. It's from the central only to central, and add other satellite to central. If you have a multiple gateway configuration, so from this gateway the traffic will come here and go to here, likewise from the other side. And if you have, say, to the cloud, the to the center through, or through the center to the other satellite, internet and other VPN targets, if you have this sort of arrangement, you can select this option. But we have only this thing, so I'm selecting this. Multi entry points, so this is the option generally we use when we have multiple central gateways, and we need to select one gateway for proper VPN communication. So I have a separate video on this, guys. Go ahead and watch that. I'm not going to explain this thing here. If you want to exclude certain services via this VPN, basically if you want to go to give the exception, you can use this option. And this is the important thing, you have to define a shared key whenever you want to have a VPN tunnel. So basically what it's saying, use only shared key. What happened? Okay, use only shared key for all extra members. Each extra member will have the following with all internal member in this. I don't know why this come. Basically saying me to relaunch the things. I don't want to do that. Let's do, because I don't have a choice. Sorry for that, guys. I'm sure the checkpoint will keep the smart console application will keep all the tracks what we have, all the settings what we have delivered so far, so I don't have worry on that part. Somehow it's got message stating that change, relaunch. Okay, the sessions are there, so I'm hoping everything is intact. So we were in so let me pull this object, and here we will be doing VPN community. So can I take my VPN community? I get from VPN community from here. Okay. I'm sure the old one will not appear. However, if I go to the session, I can see all the things, but not VPN community. This is the good time to show you. If I can go to the session where I was in, let's see. I don't see that, so unfortunately we need to create object again for the VPN community. That's what I can see here, because whatever I was having, it's gone. It's nothing much, just we will reset up everything here. For a sec, I'll just give the gateway 1 and gateway 2. So gateway 1, here we'll give this guy. No, sorry, it's a VPN community name. Site 2, site VPN. Encrypted traffic, we accepted for both. Encryption, here the latest one. Tunnel management, Okay, VPN routing to central only, then shared key. So it's saying Cisco VPN. So I'm just, for the sake of understanding, giving some shared key here. And guys, rest of the things, if you want to keep as it is, you can keep, or you can keep key negotiation for the minutes, phase 1, phase 2, what lifetime you need to specify. And if you have the NAT inside the VPN community, you can disable that. If you don't, you it's fine. So okay, checkpoint recommend that the shared key secret password is at least 20 character long, but anyhow, this is I have given for the test. So this is what the setting you need to do for the VPN tunnel creation. This is the one side setting is done. Now you just have to publish and install the policy, and you're good to go with the one side of VPN communication. Now the next VPN setup, site-to-site VPN setup. Next you need to go for the site-to-site VPN setup, same sort of setup or configuration to the Cisco side, which is not a part of this video. So guys, thanks for watching this video still here, and have a wonderful day.